Welcome along to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 6 French Grand Prix. I am F1 Union, your commentator for tonight. We're here for round 12 of 22 at Paul Ricard. 15 drivers currently in the lobby. 2 minutes to go until we ready up. Just waiting for a few people, I think. Alright, just 1 minute to go now. Should have had 16 like the message and 4 are unsure, so if all those unsure people do race, could be a full grid, but still waiting for Josh, Cody, Jaden. Frosty's here. And where's our last week's race winner? Our newest winner, JJ Francis. I think, yeah, Sam says he's having a few internet troubles and we'll get here as soon as possible. McLaren's good, William's good. Josh still needs to join. I'll send him an invite because he's on PC. Smithian, that's Cody, Herosier, and I thought Taze was in here. I'll send him another invite, and then we should be readying up. Oh, it says he's currently joining. There we go. Where's... Wait, is Evan here? Yes, he was the first one to join. Right, so we do have 16. Right, clear sunny skies for qualifying then. As everyone will load in, pick their tyre choice, and then get their setups on. Fuel load minimum, obviously, unless you're doing 2 runs. Looks like JJ Francis, Cody, and Josh are just... Well, they weren't sure originally, so it's understandable. Oh, did that just say Callum left? There we go. Right then, qualifying has begun. There we go, he's back in. Right, who will be the first driver out on track? Before then, I'm going to give my top 3 prediction. I've heard some talk about the Dutch Dodo being absolutely mega around here. But he even said himself, his key to winning this Grand Prix, winning his second ever Grand Prix after getting his maiden win earlier this season, is the race pace. He can stick it on pole all he likes. That is who I'm going to go for pole position today, the Dutch Dodo. Hearing good things, let's see if he can replicate it. But the race pace, that's where the points are won, and that's where we will see if the Dutch Dodo has overcome his obstacles. As for P2, I've just noticed Sam ain't here, so I'll send him an invite. And P2, yeah, I think will be Sam. Right to game, there we go. And P3, I'll go Bram, championship leader. Looking good so far. His teammate is a dark horse at the moment. He's slowly gaining. He's now ahead of Sin Icon in the World Championship as he joins the lobby. And he's right behind this man, Brighty Terror. Still getting in those solid points, but it's not enough. Just like his teammate Sin Icon. Red Bull really fallen off in recent races. The races where they were hyping themselves up to gain ground. They've only lost more. And now, oh no. And now Red Bull really have to deliver in the first race of the second half of the season, pretty much. I know technically Belgium onwards, but we don't have a summer break, so we're going to count this as the halfway new stage of the season. And at the moment it's starting off pretty poorly for Sam. Connection issues. There we go, get him in again. That should make 17 then. Right. Oh, we got a spin from Tom. But anyway, coming around the final corner is Callum to start his flying lap. With second race of his EXFL Tier 2 career. Finished P12 in Britain. Still in the McLaren, but still a reserve. Let's see what he can deliver. So heading down into turn 1 in France, the long left-hander. And then swooping to the right. So easy to lose the rear and so easy to invalidate on the exit. And Logan's already out. I think Logan reminded me that he doesn't do qualifyings. And this is probably another reminder. Because he's in the pit lane, I'm assuming. Anyway, ending set to 1 with Callum now. A 22.9. Good to see the bankers and what kind of times the sectors each individually are. As there's Sam joining. Let's hope he doesn't leave. As now onto the straight. DRS wide open for Callum. Sticking to the right hand side of the track. And then a very cautious corner here. Making sure you don't mount it too much to lose the rear. And he's taking that very nicely indeed. Banker lap, getting the time in and not pushing too hard. And he'll do that later on in the session. Now heading through the second straight after that little chicane excurva. Around the long right hand corner now. A little bit of a twitch, making him go wide. Making sure to keep the rear on the right hand side, not losing the rear. At a place where it's so easy to. And a place that can cost you massively in the race. Another corner. Just like matching that description, and now heading through the right, left and the right for the final few corners to set him up. A little bit wide there for Callum, but he's got to set it up nicely, going wide, not hitting the inside corner, riding the outside a tiny bit. DRS will open once more, and across the line for Callum it is going to be a 32.074 for Callum 5, and he sets the pace, but behind him Bram goes 9/10 quicker nearly in his Ferrari, and now we got the 2 Red Bulls. What could Brighty Terror do as he leads his teammate across the line? Toe could be a powerful thing here if any of the teams want to collaborate on such a method, but now Brighty Terror 3/10 off, and Sin Icon has gone quicker than Bram by just under a tenth, 3/4 of one, but that's impressive. That is solid for bankers anyway. Carbro has invalidated. He's making his appearance for the first time in a couple of races now, so it's good to have him back. Nathan P5, he'll go again. I'm sure he messed up. And now, here we go, the Dutch Dodo, the one they've all been watching, crosses the line, 31.4. So it's not really where I thought he would be, considering the pace everyone was talking about him. but only 3/10 off. Maybe he made a mistake. Give him the benefit of a doubt. And he will go again. So now we've got the two Mercedes in formation. Frosty Life on an out lap. Callum on a lap just in front. Not sure if Frosty gave him slip. But Callum, I think he left at the start and now he's rejoined. We're approaching 1/3 of the way already completed in this session. And now Callum's just got the straight to go now. He's been good in qualifying. He's been putting in some solid performances. He's crosses the line. P5 for now. Only 2/10 off Callum. The other Callum. And now I think that's Sam we see. Heading into Sector 1. So that's Bram heading into the pits. And the Red Bull follows him shortly. And the McLaren of Callum 2. Just trying to get to this Alpine that's about... There we go. Smithy invalidated, unfortunately. So that's 7 times on the board. Logan will start this race last unless anyone else doesn't set a lap time. Taze Frozen out on a outlap. Tom in the pits after spinning. Horosia usually leaves the pits right at the end for one run. But it's his home Grand Prix, let's not forget, Horosia. So I'm sure he'll want to really get a good result after, unfortunately, a potential win got stripped out of his hands by Sam back in Britain. I'm sure Horosia will want to redeem those points. After only a pretty disappointing P5. Luca had good form to get his first points back in Canada. See if he can get back in. Smithy, who's been a consistent point scorer for most of his career. Recently it's been taking a little bit of a toll. Some P11s. See if he can get back in. And Evan, a few weeks out, is now back in the McLaren. And I think Carbo and Taze, wow, just about keeping that valid. It's Carbo 22.7, that was a couple tenths quicker than Callum's lap time. So this is on for a 31. What about Taze? Just missed it, said purple, but I am not trusting the game with that. Frosty Life, just heading into turn 1 now. And so is Sam, he's just finishing sector 1. So this could be a good representative, 22.3. So Carbo 22.7. So yeah, Sam definitely on a really good lap at the moment. We'll quickly check what Sins was. 22.5, so yeah, Sam's already on a flyer. So yeah, Carbo, 50.8, middle sector. Taze Frozen. I think it's still going. Could be wrong. Anyway, final corner for Carbo. And you'll come across the line. DRS activated there. Now, you want to get to the line as quickly as possible. And it's a 31.8 ahead of Callum by 2/10. Now Taze Frozen then, 57.0. I'm not sure if he backed off or not. Let's see Sam. He's just passed the middle sector split. He's got his teammate in front of him and the Alfa Romeo. So, I'm not sure. Is Bram on a lap as well? Oh, he's on an invalid lap, and he hopefully won't get in the way of Sam. May give him a little bit of tow, actually, down this final straight. Taze Frozen. Wait, what? Sam's left. Oh, no. It's that glitch where if you if you leave the session, it puts you right back into the pit lane, obviously. Oh, and he was just about to cross the line on what was looking like such a good lap. Oh, it's not even showing now. That is really going to upset his qualifying if he can't replicate that. Taze Frozen, I was right, did back off. Going again, 10th down. That's going to be heartbreak for Sam. Luca invalid, Smithy invalid, Evan off the track and invalid. Sin Icon still leads this qualifying session as we approach the halfway mark. Going to quickly check the chats, see if everything's okay. As he comes out for his second run then, right across the track, look at that. I'm hearing Taze Frozen says no rain for the race, so that'll make a lot of people happy. Didn't know this was a no rules league because Sin Icon is absolutely smashing that. Hopefully not to get rid of any of the marker boards, but yeah, I want to bet money he'll just go straight. Yep. I mean, you can take these ones out, I guess, but yeah, Sam's back in. Oh, he's going to hate that. Frosty, no lap time on the board yet. Horosia out on track for the first time, I think, now in this session. Tom about to start his outlap. Tay's frozen up to 4th. I've just noticed there, in front of Callum, I think. Oh! I don't think he got in his way too much, but that's really upset Callum because his momentum got ruined and he had a spin into turn 2. Yeah, Tay's finishing that lap and right in front of him really wouldn't have helped. And that's that run down in the dumps for ACFC Callum 14. TB Gamer just about to start. Horosia getting his tyres warmed up. Frosty headed out now, and Sam loading back into his car. Luca currently on a lap then. Smithy just in front of him, and Evan just behind with an invalid lap again. So let's see if Smithy can get his car. Obviously it'll be in the top 10. The worst it'll be is 10th. But if it's a solid lap, it'll at least get him ahead of Nathan. Can he meet Bratty, or can he even get into the 31s? Across the line for Smithy, 31.8. And 14 thousandths in front of Carbro. Solid lap there. It's Tom, 22.6. Not a bad set to split at all. Let's see, anyone in the front going any quicker? Noah on an outlap. Bram still in the pits. Sin Icon's found 9 thousandths of a second. I don't know the turn names, but he's absolutely aced that one. And that one. And that one. So Sin Icon now making his way up to the second straight as Evan's out. He will start last. And his brother will probably start in front of him if the 5 between them can get a lap time on the board. If they can't, then Logan still may gain positions from not even setting a lap time. Sin Icon then round the long right hand corner, making sure not to do a Leclerc, and he's finishing the second sector split now. Actually, I don't know when it ends for this one. I don't know if he passed it already. But now Sin Icon making his way through the final couple corners. It was probably before that. But now, Sin Icon, has he found any more time? It's going to be a surprise, making sure to nail this final sector, which he does. No loss of the rear or anything. And now, line of least resistance for Sin Icon. As TB Gamer goes third, can Sin Icon extend his advantage? Yes, he can. He's the first driver into the 1 minute 30s. 39.94. Where has this pace come from? From Sin Icon. And can he replicate that in the race? 2-time winner so far this season. And 1-time winner last season. He's aiming for that 4th, and he's aiming to get Red Bull back up there. This is very positive for the Red Bull. And same can't really be said for Bratty Terror. 1.4 seconds off his teammate nearly. Got to find some time. We've got a bit of traffic here. Mercedes, Red Bull. Mercedes, Haas. So yeah, TB Gamer. Wow. Straight lining as we see... Who's just crossed the line? Was that Tate? No, it was Horosia. His home Grand Prix, P3. And only 300ths off Bram. And he can certainly get back into the pits and go for one more run if he can find any more time. Very close timings. And we'll see Sam now. He's in the pit lane. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. And no lap from him yet. What about Frosty Life? He's got some traffic. Like I mentioned, the Haas gets out the way, I think. No, the Haas is still in front and his teammate as well. So there may be some tow games, but it's going to mess him up through the corners. So here we go then. Callum giving Frosty a tow. That he's playing the team game, so he comes across the line. May give him a few hundredths. How much difference that's going to make? Frosty crosses the line. P5 for the Mercedes. 31.472, and it did help because it got him 2 thousandths in front of Noah. But now Noah's found half a second. Could this be pole position for Noah? Crosses the line. He does get it by half a tenth. The Dutch Dodo on provisional pole position, and that is the kind of pace we were thinking we would see. Noah versus Jason? No one thought that was going to happen, as Bram and Sam and Ferrari are in a bit of trouble. Bram not too far off, and Noah thinks that's it. He's retired. That's it. I do think he could have come around for one more lap, but he thinks that's enough. That's enough for me. And he's out. So, everyone else, game on. There's a Frosty having a bit of a drift out there. I was going to say that Alfa Romeo is going very slowly. Right then, people getting ready for their last run. Battle of the Callums to see who can get into the top 10. They're both on invalid laps. Well, one is an out lap. Bratty Terror, I think, has just come out the pit lane. Getting out of the way of the Haas of Luca, who's just started his lap. Is there anyone else on a lap? No, I don't think so. Carbo about to start one. Callum ending one. Oh, Sam's left again. Really not going well for him. 22.6 for Luca. That's actually a really decent first sector. Let me just quickly invite Sam. I know he can probably join, but still. Hope everyone's having a good evening, by the way. And hope everyone's enjoying this qualifying session, because it is ramping up to go down to the wire, because it's really close still. Between people I didn't even think would, well, besides Noah for this race, Sin Icon and Herosia and Tom, and Luca is now finishing sector 2, I think. There's a Ferrari heading out. Sam's joined, but he's got 2.5 minutes. I mean, it's France. It's like the track you can just cut and get like a 1 minute 11 lap time. So if he can join, get in his car and head out right now, he might just make it. If he doesn't, then he will hate that moment even more where he made it to this corner and then disconnected. That is such a heartbreak. I've never seen it happen that late in a lap. But Luca now crosses the line, doing something Sam can't, and it's a 32.3 for Luca, and it's only P13 for him, unfortunately. Sam will start 16th at the moment, because the pit lane is that long that I don't think he'll make it. Unless he can get out right this second. There is a Mercedes getting ready to come out of the pit lane. It's Callum. Or Frosty, actually. No, it is Callum. Oh, that's going to be nip and tuck. 1 minute 40 seconds. So there's Frosty Life heading out. He will make it. And Callum. 1 minute. He can cut, I guess. But anyway. Final laps now then. If you cross the line, that is it. So, Bram. He is invalid. I think he was on for a good one. So can he string a lap on those final fuel? Let's check his ERS levels real quick. Oh, so he's getting ready for one. He must have invalidated early to save it. Right then, across the line for Bram then. This will be his final attempt. And will Sam even help him with a bit of ERS? Or can he get to the line? I don't think he has time. As he destroys a brake marker board there. That might be investigated. Sin Icon on an outlap. Here we go then, Bram. You need a 22.5 minimum. It's a 22.3. He's found 2/10. This could be the lap for the championship leader to string back onto the front row and potentially pole position for Bramniet Lang. Sin Icon has got a bunch of traffic in front of him to start the lap. Half a minute left then, and his teammates right behind him. Now we head back to Bram. It's taken him all session to try and challenge for the top. And now, as we do get the second sector split, we'll see he's found 3.6 tenths. And it's really looking like a solid, good time for pole position as Callum's left again. Troubles happening for connection with drivers. Anyway, we've got to keep our attention on Bramniet Lang. He can deliver. That is why he's leading the championship when it comes most critical. And at the moment, Bramniet Lang is keeping his car in the right places. He's got one corner to navigate through now, and he looks like he's done that to perfection. So riding on board, a little bit of a wiggle out of the final corner, but across the line for Bramniet Lang is this pole position. Can he snatch it back? Crosses the line, 3/10. Absolutely sublime stuff from Bramniet Lang to put it on pole by nearly 3/10 of a second, and he delivers. Now, who can challenge him? Is Noah regretting potentially? Oh, Sin Icon's invalidated. So is it a bid to help Bratty Terror? Who knows? But I was going to say, is Noah regretting retiring from the race? From qualifying. Wait, what am I doing? There's Bratty Terror. He's getting a slip from his teammate. He knows that this is the lap that can determine his race, whether he starts down in 13th or he can be with his teammate to challenge. TV Gamer's gone 4th. Herosia's retired in 5th. Frosty Life has found 4/10. Could he get onto the front row? Smithy up to 8th. Carbro 9th. That's it for Callum. He's 10th. That is it for Sam. He will be 16th at best. So here we go then. Sin's out of it. What about Frosty Life? And then we'll check in with Bratty Terror. Frosty Life across the line. Can he get onto the front row? He crosses the line. He does get to P4, but it's not enough for the front, but it's the second row for him. Now all attention to Bratty Terror. Getting the slip from his teammate. And across the line. Here comes Bratty Terror. Did he even improve? I don't know, because that was a 31. Oh, it's P8. So we did find enough time to be in the top 10, but not enough to be where his teammate is. But yeah, that is it. Bramniet Lang on pole position. Ahead of Noah and Sin Icon. Not a bad qualifying for Red Bull. Alfa Romeo, look at that. T's frozen right at the end, didn't see. Right with his teammate. I mean, 4/10 off, but still, right behind him. It's a good job for Alfa. Smithy up there. Callum just falling short. Hopefully the other Callum can join back. And Luca last of the actual time runners. But yeah, Sam, Logan and Evan. No time on the board for them. Just quickly took a picture of the grid just in case of any troubles. Oh, was Callum on a lap and then someone got in his way? I think a Haas got in his way. Tom or Luca. Apparently Josh had a really bad third sector because it looked decent up until that final corner. But I guess we're getting ready. Hopefully no safety car comes out the pit lane before the lights even go. And hopefully that hasn't jinxed it. 15 seconds until the lights come on then. It is France. We've seen a couple jump starts. We've seen people get disqualified from penalties. It's the track you can rather love or hate. But it's the track we are going to be racing around for the next 40 odd minutes. In Tier 2, we haven't had a safety car recently. Let's see what will happen with 17 drivers. The lights are coming on. The revs will rise. And here we go. It's lights out and away we go. Bram does lead away from Noah. Ahead of Sin Icon. Tom getting a good start. And Sin Icon's already ahead of Noah. And he's challenging Bram into the lead. 4 wide nearly with the 2 Alfa Romeos. And round the outside goes Sin Icon to take the lead. But Bram's still there. And Sin has to go off the track. And Bram regains the lead. And there's a massive gap behind. Tay's frozen. Frosty Life as Herosia's dropped to last with TB Gamer. And they've had a collision. And now Bratty Terror 2, it's all gone wrong. And now we look further front, and there's so much carnage. And Sam's already up to 8th because of all the carnage. Look at what is happening. And that is too much to even describe quickly. People going off, people getting ghosted, and the gap is huge between the top 4 to the rest of the field. Riding on board with Carbro, who's in the thick of it all. He was invalidated. And he's going in between Smithy and the Williams. And Sam is already up to 6th. What a start. 3 wide then as we head into here. Can they all make it cleanly? As who goes off? That's Luca going off, losing positions. And round the outside goes Logan, who, remember, didn't even qualify. He's up to P9, wheel to wheel. As the top 4 all look like they are making their way in single file. Frosty Life kind of in the thick of no man's land. Sam, what? 10 positions. Unbelievable. P16 to P6, that'll make up for all his woes in qualifying. Oh, massive crash at the back for Rosia. That might have side pod damage for him, and it's a terrible start. It's the worst possible start for his home Grand Prix, and Noah has been spun, whether on his own or by someone. But considering he was one to look for, and like he said, his race pace is something he needs to work on. And it's still gone wrong as Logan, the other Williams, dropping down, I think, as people are in the pit lane. So much action on lap 1 happening. Bram challenged Sin into turn 1. They were wheel to wheel. Sin had to go off, back off. But he's still in P2 and it's not over yet. But Tace Frozen on his second race is on the podium at the moment in front of Frosty now. Sam 5th due to Noah spinning. 11 places in 1 lap. Absolutely. That describes tier 2 perfectly. Carbro up to 6th then, gained 4 positions. Big gainer is Logan and Evan 2. The Kelly brothers now on the charge, but now one of them has to defend from Bratty, who didn't get the greatest getaway. Haas in the mud with Luca and Tom pitting. And we'll change it to tyres, see what everyone's on. Wow, everyone on the hards, bar Horosia and Luca, and it didn't work out. Callum and Logan, wheel to wheel, and that's a clean and very nice overtake from Logan. And now Noah's on the charge to get past Carbro, and he's still there, you know, he's using his ERS to get back at him. He wants to stay in front. No one with a penalty just yet, but we're seeing good racing all throughout the field. Look at this, between Bratty and Evan down the inside. And now we're seeing Callum and Logan wheel to wheel, and now we're seeing Noah ahead of Carbro. And can Logan get ahead? Can Williams make it a double move round the 2 corners? Yes, he can. What a move from Logan to get ahead of Callum. Very nice commitment and trust between both drivers, and Brighty Terror as well. 3 overtakes, all in a row. Absolutely great. Now, Taze Frozen. He's already on the podium. It's impressive enough. Now he might challenge Sin Icon, who's not even within a second of Bram. Sets the fastest lap of the race, and he is off at the moment. What about Sam? Can he gain now? No penalties yet, as Evan's in the pit lane. He has damage, I believe. Horosia on those mediums. He's got to make work of them, because he will be putting the slower hard compound tyres on, so he's got to push now. He's got Brighty Terror in front of him. Not really a driver you'd want to hope. It's just one of those back markers who can easily get past. Smithy on the back of Carbo now. Looks like he's struggling. Is Carbo maybe running a 0-0 wing setup? Will he pull away here on the straight? We'll find out. 4 tenths between the Alpine and the AlphaTauri. And it is kind of extending, and it's staying the same. I do think Carbo's got a really good straight line speed setup, but it's showing why he's losing so much in the corners. Absolutely attacking them though. With Callum right on the back, he wants to get back ahead of Logan. Let's see ERS levels. Callum has got half of what Logan has. And Bratty not close enough to make any judgment of a move. Got a bit of a train forming here behind Carbo, as Noah and Sam are on the charge. Ooh. Evan and Luca, both not really sticking to the track. Fighting for P15 after they've both pitted onto the mediums. Right, 2-second lead then for Bram ahead of Sin. Callum gets the first penalty, but Sin has pulled away a bit from Taze. And there we go, that's confirmation. Who is the fastest man on track at the moment? Oh, only just. Oh, Horosi even quicker on the mediums, remember. Couple tenths. So Sam just quicker than Bram. Evans spun around. He's going to get going. Don't know if that was a collision with Luca or he just did it on his own. That is a corner where you can struggle. Evan now with a penalty. Brighty Terror has been overtaken by Rosia. So one of the more difficult cars to overtake, and he's done it. But Brighty will probably stick behind to gain the DRS, as Evan has retired. That was not on track. Okay, he's retired on track then. That shouldn't cause anything. But yeah, then it was 16. That was kind of expected. Closest battle at the moment, Smithy to Carbo. Oh no, Bratty to Erosia. Still sticking with. And he just doesn't have the tyres yet, but they will come into his own. The mediums will wear off. Pit stops should be coming out, anywhere between 8 to 10 laps time. As Logan Carbo has spun, so he's dropped down behind Bratty Terror now. Really not liking these tyres, the setup, the track. Whatever the case, has put him out the points. And now Logan's on the back of Smithy, who now leads this train. And this might be a really fair overtake, but Smithy's using his ERS to stay in front. Logan's got plenty more, with the DRS included. And now he's going to go down the inside, is the Williams, to take P7 away from the Alpine. And Smithy tries to hang it around the outside, can't do it. And now Logan gets into 7th. And now the Williams are back up to 6th and 7th. And now Smithy's got to hope he can hang on, because Callum is now trying to make a move. That is not what Smithy needs to go very deep there. And Erosia could be maybe trying a double move if Smithy keeps making those kind of mistakes. Erosia's got such good traction out there. He must have collided with someone at the start to spin. So here we go, using his ERS, using a lot of it. But he's level with Callum and Smithy, really. Not quite close enough is the Alfa Romeo, losing more time. Smithy wide again, and again. Oh, that's going to be a warning for Horosia, probably. So easy to get a penalty, but here comes Callum. Not quite got the straight line speed to challenge Smithy. Logan needs to pull away. Will Callum try any send? Not quite, or stick behind. Goes a little bit wide. Horosia could sense an opportunity here. And he backs out, just about. And look at that, Callum already... Sam is already within a second of Frosty, who's already within a second of Taze, who's within a second of Sin, as Bram has gone nearly. winless since Miami, I believe, Bram. 3 wins to his name this season. Still looking for that 4th and extending his championship lead. To the rest, Arozia versus Callum then. And it looks like he's got him. He has indeed. As Bratty's watching this all unfold, is Callum going to come back at him? He's not got the pace to do so. Arozia one by one making his way up. Next up, Smithy. Got some interesting games here going on then. Callum down in 14th. Oh, he's not even in his car. He did leave, so I'm not sure if he ever joined back. Alright, so he's technically not racing. Then the 2 Haas's in. It's reminiscent of the start of the season when Haas were always last. Unfortunate for them to get caught up, especially TB Gamer, who was up in 4th at one point. Here comes Bratty Terror then. Could he try ascend on Callum? He's just not close enough at the moment. Stick behind. No mistakes yet under pressure, but there's a 5-car train. 4P7. Logan's still not getting away yet. But he's got plenty of ERS to use. As here comes Arozia. Wheel to wheel with Smithy. And down the inside, is Smithy letting him go? He is indeed. Arozia making a fantastic comeback at his home Grand Prix as Sam has left. There we go. Just when you thought the internet troubles were all over for Samuel Drake Lee, a fantastic, absolutely sublime start for the Ferrari from 16th. Is now down in 5th. He won't lose too much time. But there is Noah, who will be pushing as hard as he can to get close to him. And look at that, already dropped out of a second. So Arozia now using all the ERS he has now. Under 10%, he's going to be flashing. But he has a mission, and it's to get past Logan. And he goes down the inside, and he's not exactly in front, but now he is because he's later on the brakes. Logan doesn't fight it, and Arozia up to 7th now. But Logan knows he can get it back later on in the race, or even 2 seconds later if he can get into the DRS properly. As Carbo spun again. Another mistake. Yeah, Logan can stick behind him into the DRS zone and potentially get back at him. So Arozia, unless he uses everything he has, may fall under pressure here, but Tom's now left. There we go. Right, Taste Frozen. Both Alfa Romeos on the charge. Bratty Terror now gets past Callum, who goes off the track. Did Bratty not leave him enough room? Carbo gets a penalty. Callum's trying not to get a penalty. And he didn't, because that was from earlier. Seems like Bratty Terror may have been too late on the brakes. Got a yellow. Another mistake from Carbro. What is he doing? Oh, Logan. Logan! What's happened there? Trying to stick with Arozia. And how has he dropped it there? He must have had contact with either Smithy or Arozia. As Bram setting the pace even quicker now. Yellow for Carbro. Whether he'll carry on or not is the question. Anyway, Sin Icon could be under pressure from Taze Frozen this lap. If he can spring an attack, but look, their ERS is pretty much non-existent. Frosty's got double of Sins and quadruple of nearly Tasers. As Bram is just extending his lead. It's not a dominant gap, but it's a really good one to have. As I think that's going to be it for Carbro. What the? Okay, as Logan... Oh, it's spun again! What is happening to the Williams? Losing even more time. Is Carbro going to retire or hit or what? Anyway, Taze didn't quite get past him, and now Hirozi's got clean air to push and use all the life left in those mediums. He's going to put the softs on his Carbro. That is a real mount to the curb. Yeah, it was. Wait, no, it wasn't a warning. Wait, on lap 7, does that mean does that mean he was the one who hit? Oh no. Oh, so Logan must have lost it on his own then. Carbo's got a penalty. Taze is really close to Sin now. Oh no. We haven't had a safe. Okay. I was going to say, we haven't had a safety car in a couple of races, but we don't want it caused by a moron. Right, anyway. Frosty Life really close to the back of Tay's Frozen. They're going to come to lap him soon. Bright arrow on the back of Smithy, who's dropping off behind Hiroshi, but Hiroshi is not closing the gap to Noah, who's now within a second of Sam, who I didn't even realise has joined back. But he's now lost about 2 seconds to the guys in front. Frosty versus Taze, as Carbo is going to be annoying for them. And Frosty's now going to seize this opportunity to use his ERS. Taze is going to defend. Bratty gets ahead of Smithy, who tries to hang it around the outside, and this time it's a good move. Now looking further front, Frosty can't quite get past Taze Frozen, who's doing a very nice job to hang on to this podium. And there goes the AlphaTauri. Disgrace compared to his teammate winning last time. Now Smithy just has to stay within a second of Bratty to hope he gets tagged along. As far as his tyres, maybe they've gone off the cliff now. Third of the way into this race. Oh, yeah, this is allowing Sin to break free. And because of that, Taze is no longer within a second. Our speeds again. There we go, he's given up. Yeah, very close now. As Taze Frozen is just by a thread outside of the 1 second window he needs to stay ahead of Frosty, and this may be the lap. That podium dream may be put on hold unless one of them gets a penalty. But he's had a good exit out of there, and Frosty just can't quite stay within, but that's a loss of the rear for Taze. And is Frosty going to use his ERS? The gap is 5 tenths. He is going to use his ERS, deploys the DRS, and it's coming down all the time, but he's nowhere near close enough for a move. But he gained 3 tenths in that corner, and we'll know. Oh, he's nearly ran into the back of him. Right, and while all this is happening, Sam has taken 8 tenths since the last time I saw the gap. Hiroshi, yep, just dropping even further now behind. And so is Noah. That's Carbo's AI car about to disappear. There we go. As TB Gamer is ghosted. Did he leave? Did he give up? Not sure. Logan 3 second now. I think that's a second penalty. Oh no, first. Okay, so he's the second driver to get a penalty. Callum up in 12th still, even though he's not racing. Let's see a few disqualifications at the end of this race, right? It's Callum! What's happened? Wait, what? What? Has he just given up? It's bizarre. Could have had a chance at points. Maybe he had to go. Maybe he's been told you have to get off or something, you have to go. And he's just retired in the pit lane and left. That is very disappointing. For McLaren, both out, giving up. One in the pit lane, one on track. Oh, he was running in... Oh, yeah, he was running 10th. He could have got a point. As Nathan now takes hold of the last championship point. And look at that, he's on 97%. Is the Aston Martin, not blasting it this time. You can use a little bit if you want. You don't have to never touch it. If anything, it'll just lose you time because, look, it's on 100. You can use it. It's just going to lose you time, so... Bless. Right. Frosty's still going to wear his tyres away because Sam has caught up. That whole advantage Sam lost, he's caught it back up now. And now he is going to join the fight as pit stops will be approaching soon. Let's watch Hiroshi. Will he dive in? Not quite. As lap 12 has started, the pit window is definitely now open. For the mediums, at least. Bram, 4.1 now. Sin hasn't lost too much time in the last couple laps to Bram, but Taze has surely gotten back within a second. And Noah's just completely dropped off. And that's, yep, we caught that. 3 second time penalty. Hiroshi has been gaining by just over a second now on Noah. Massive fight then for P2 as Sam has joined the 1 second club. But you can see right behind them, all of them speeding off into the distance on that straight. But starting P8, got spun down to last, back to P8. More bad luck for Red Bull, but Sin doing well to hold off, but Taze has now put the pace on. It's back within a second. If he can get a podium and it's just his second race for Alfa Romeo, that would be brilliant, considering Hirosio has scored all the points for the team so far this season. Fortunate for Callum in his second race to give up or retire. The other Callum AI, Tom AI, so technically we only have 12 here. Logan and Luca just running their own race really. And then there's 10. As we got a yellow, it's Logan. Not a good weekend for him. Gets bad to us and Tom may get past him. As we approach the halfway stage of this race. He does get past him. We're at that kind of stationary point in the race. Oh no, we're not, because because Frosty has spun. As soon as things were getting a bit stationary, Frosty has spun. Made a mistake. Did he try something on Taze? Whatever the case, it's dropped him down to 7th. And now that gifts Hirosio and Noah and Sam another position. Sam with more ERS than the front, both front two of him combined. Ah, such heartbreak for Frosty life. Challenging for the podium and now he's spun and lost a bunch of time. Slogan's fighting in AI. Nearly 5 seconds now between Bram and Sid. Bram, remember, has to not speed. He's been prone to speeding quite a few times in the past, and this track and this pit lane can definitely catch him out if he continues. So, I wonder how... We'll see how powerful the undercut is with Hirosio. I don't believe it will be that powerful because he'll just be put on cold hards. But if you can get the window working and these guys stay out long enough, he could gain some ground. At least on Noah, who's got a 3-second time penalty. Didn't even notice that. Anyway, now, what was a 5-car battle for the lead, 5-car battle for P2, now is only 3, because, wait, was it ever a 5? No, it was a 4, so now it's become 3. Sin's doing very well to keep in front of them, not dropping under the pressure. Quickly check his warnings. 1 on lap 8 and that's it. Actually, what about Taze before they get to the straight? 2. Okay. Sam got 2 warnings on lap 1. Must have been like for collisions or something. Collision. Oh, he did it. Okay, he has 1. Luca gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. As soon as I bring that up, someone does it. Story of my life when I'm commentating these things. Taze has no ERS to challenge Sin, and if he uses it, Sin can easily just use his. So it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. But yeah, Sam's saving his. The tyres must be wearing off. Hirosio's are definitely wearing off. Look how close Frosty and Bray are gaining on them. Gaining on him. Right, is Bram coming in? Lap 15. I mean, it's amazing how Hirosio has taken these this long. If he's going to pit with these guys. I think Bram's got the fastest lap. Yeah, 34.8. 34.9 for Hirosio. He's in the zone at the moment. As Sin's in the pits. He's the first to blink. Now he'll put the mediums on, and now, I mean, it's 5 seconds he was behind Bram, but the undercut is on. If Bram decides to stay out, I'm pretty sure he won't. So Hirosio pits on the same lap the hard runners pit. Interesting. He'll come out in free air. And will Sin get out ahead of Nathan. Just about. Timed that pretty well. Now Hirosio puts the hards on. Now, can Sam get past Taze, who's not got DRS now? Or will he just sit behind? Taze flashing, using his ERS. Sam not close enough. Taze does defend, which will put him off for this corner. And now will Sam try and get him with a better exit? Stick behind him. He's got the ERS saved, and now he's going to use it. But Taze has got a really good exit to keep in front. Noah now 5 seconds behind. He's dropped massively. But so has Frosty. Wait. Yeah. Oh no, wait, that was Herosia. Never mind. Ignore me. Right, Sam's still sticking with Taze then. Will they both pit this lap? Well, wait, what about Bram? We'll find out then. Bram is pitting. So does he speed? He does not. He's learned. And Sam does have to stay out because his teammate's in. Taze into the pits then. We'll see how quick is Sin Icon. Obviously he was still ahead, but let's see how much he gains. Sam takes the lead then. Any safety car now would be huge. As we have it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Here comes Taze. There's Sin. And Taze has got Sin Icon. Because Logan has crashed. As soon as I say a safety car would help Sam massively, guess what? It's going to help him massively. You could not write that. We haven't had a safety car in like 3 weeks. And the one time I bring it up. Wow, okay. So this is going to help Sam. This might help Frosty. Bratty stayed out. Bram's lead will diminish. That helps Taze, who's also gotten ahead of Sin. So Sin... so the undercut worked, I guess, because he got a helping hand of the Delta, which limited Sin. Noah, I guess he'll catch up. Herosia on hards compared to everyone on mediums now. Wonder if he'll pit for mediums now, because, I don't know, it wouldn't lose him too many positions. Just Nathan and Smithy in the way. Sam, who had connection issues all throughout qualifying, who started P16, who was P5 by the end of lap 1, who even disconnected in the race, leads the Grand Prix and will come into the pit lane. And this will be very nip and tuck whether he gets out ahead of Bram, and I think he will. And he didn't speed, which is what I also wanted to mention. As Frosty's in, Bratty follows him. Right, mediums on. Taze. Oh no! Not another one. Right, there's Sam. There's Bram. Wow, this is going to be close. And Bram takes the lead. He keeps hold of it. And Taze has gotten ahead of Sam as well. So it didn't exactly help Sam massively, now that I think about it. But Sin Icon is the biggest loser out of all that. Frosty and Bratty, will they get ahead of her? Oh, Herosia, like I thought, in the pits again. Bratty up to 7th then, with Frosty on new mediums, but they're all pretty much the same besides Sin. And like I said, here we'll drop behind Nathan. Well, Herosia. We're all going to be on the same tyre to the end. This spices things up. And Taze Frozen splits the Ferraris, and he's not even in the race. He needs to get back in the race before the safety car comes in, which will probably be next lap. And now gives me the chance to check the chats. This is hotting up. Tom says no response to host when he keeps trying to join, so he said he's not going to bother. Right, he's back in. That's great. Taze Frozen back into the race. 10 laps to go. And if they can keep it single file, keep it clean. Because we haven't seen Taze at a restart yet. So hopefully he knows you can't go alongside. And hopefully Bram's restart is good. He has tended to be one of the slower restarters. Oh, actually, I'll tell him. Right then, starting lap 18. Cheers, Will. Right. Cheers, boss. Hopefully I don't bottle it. It would be amazing to see if he can get this podium after it was under threat from Frosty, then it was under threat from Sam. If anything, this has helped T2S6 more than anyone, because he's now right behind Bram, and he could challenge, even though Bram does have the pace. Sin Icons, P2, he's now off the podium. Noah had a spin, I believe. He's back up. Frosty had a spin, he's back up. Bratty got hit, I'm guessing, lap 1, and now he's back up. Shame for Logan, but he has absolutely changed the face of this race. Oh no. More connection issues. He better join before we get restarting, because I don't think the safety car will wait for the Haas. And Bratty's going to make sure, I don't know if he's going to try and overtake him. TB's joined. Oh wait, TB's joined! I mean, he's done like, if he goes to the end now, he's done like what? You could call it half the race. We'll see. I mean, if that car can get to the back, he's pretty much done half the race without doing anything. There he is. Half the race, and he's just pretty much been given all that back. But anyway, safety car. Whoa, safety car will be in this lap, I think. Or will it not? If it doesn't, then Tom has absolutely been gifted here. Okay, it is. But Tom's already joined the back. Right, so there's Tom. Frosty said he's joined back. Well, it said Frosty's joined back in. And here we go then. 64 mile an hour for Bram as he heads around the final corner. Is Frosty back in? No, what is that? From Noah. Right. TB's left again. 48 mile an hour. When's Bram going to go? They're all in single file. And Bram goes now, blasting his ERS down as Nathan and Horosia are battling already. Wheel to wheels, they cross the line. And Horosia staying behind, make sure not to get a penalty. Into turn 1 then. Sin Icon down the inside of Sam. Sam hangs it around the outside. And Sin Icon just has to stay behind for now. Noah watching this all unfold. Frosty's back in his car, but now he's under pressure from Bratty Terror, who tries to go down the inside. Luca gets a penalty and has to back off. Clean racing so far as Nathan moves out the way because he's lost ground to Horosia. And now Luca into the points as TB Gamer and Callum's AIs are battling each other. And TB will join back as Tay's frozen, 7 tenths already. Here comes Samuel Drake Lee then, alongside Tay's frozen, wheel to wheel with his rear. And what's happened there? He's just lagged back to Sin Icon. I was going to say, how did he gain that much? Sin Icon is ahead of Sam. He's back onto the podium. And now, Noah's all over the back of him, but with a penalty, it's going to hurt his chances massively. And here comes Frosty Life then. Wow. So Bratty watching this unfold. Bram's nearly got a second advantage. No DRS for the next 2 laps. And then on 21, we will resume epic racing, let's hope. So Sam, what? He must have lagged massively. He must have been going to the inside to defend from Sin. Sin must have... Yeah, they've used so much ERS. And they're really close between one another. Horosia then making the charge. Nathan, I don't know what happened into 4. But he's dropped out the points. Tom now is here to get a move on. And points could still be a thing as Horosia making another move on the inside of Smithy. That looked clean. And that looked good enough for P8. The Tays just keep him within a second. But it's going to stretch soon. Bram has led every single lap of this race nearly. I think he has, yeah. Right, 1.2 then. Closest is probably Frosty to Noah. And now it's a game of who doesn't get a penalty as soon as I say that. Bratty gets a penalty. And now he's going to be under pressure from Horosia. Alfa Romeo looking to be one of the big point scorers in this race. As we see Red Bull and Ferrari battling in the constructors, Alfa Romeo looking to get that third place. No overtakes just yet, but Frosty's very close to Noah. Every single car besides the first is within a second. Look at that, 2 seconds now. Sin wants to get back at this P2. He wants to regain it. And at the moment, he's on course too, but he's got Sam right behind him. Is off the track, or lagging off the track, is Taze Frozen. As Horosia now gets past Bratty. And that looked fine. And that looked good enough. Horosia really on the charge at his home Grand Prix. The energy and the virtual fans cheering him on. He was last, remember, at the end of lap 1. And now he's up to 7th. And now he's right on the back of Frosty. Smithy's got a penalty as well. So Bratty may still get some good points or finish where he is. Fram, absolutely flying. Horosia on the back of Frosty as DRS, yep, is enabled. And it will be coming into effect when we get onto the straight. Sin has dropped off from Taze. And now Sam's on the back of him. Got this great camera angle of the helicopters. As they head through the S's, that might be a warning for Sin. Frosty under pressure now from Horosia. Can he try and move? Can he get a good exit from the Alfa Romeo? It looks good. And now heading onto the straight. Can Frosty defend from Horosia? He goes to the left. And now Horosia is going to try and get within a slipstream. Can he try and send it down the inside? Has he got enough potential? Not quite. He's going to stick behind for now. But looking further back, Nathan and Luke are fighting for the last points paying position. And Taze Frozen versus Sin Icon. Wheel to wheel. I think Sin may have even gone off the track there. But now he's wheel to wheel with Taze for P2 in this race. Round the outside goes Sin Icon on Taze Frozen. They're still going at it and heading into the long left right-hander. Taze goes to the inside and Sin has to back off. A little bit of lag there, I think, as well. As Sin stays behind in third. I think he went off track. In doing so, Sam watching this all unfold. And that's 4 people with a penalty now. Nathan could gain some right points if he doesn't battle with Luca for too long. Right, no questions about tyre life. They will all make it to the end. I mean, Luca's on hards. He's the only driver on hards. TB's really not got the pace to keep with them at the moment. And Bram has absolutely flown away. Taze Frozen still holding some big names in this championship fight off. Helping his teammate gain more ground. And we're going to see who's going to make a mistake. Who's going to fumble under the pressure. The slightest recorrection. And you could lose it all. Or one place. Or it all. Bratty Terror. That's him out the points. That is him in a spin. That is another mistake. Sin not close enough to Taze. One of these guys is definitely getting a penalty at the end. Someone's going to get a 3 second that's going to change something drastic. But look at that. Massive, massive battle. 6 cars all fighting for it. It was 7, but Bratty's now got some work to do. And if Nathan stays in 3 of Smithy, he can get P8. As long as he doesn't get one himself. Right, Rosia was on the charge, and now, let's see, who's got the most DRS? 11, 13. Sam's got some, Noah's got more, Frosty's got a little bit less. Rosia's not got as much. Is he going to try and move down the inside of Frosty? Makes contact with him and loses the rear, and that's just lost him more time than anything. And, well, no love lost, no time lost either. Just a little silly attempt. Oh, the hand gets thrown up between Nathan to Luca. And here comes Bratty Terror out of nowhere. Could this be a double overtake? Down the inside of the Red Bull. And he just has to back off. And what looked like a double overtake has now been a double re-overtake as he drops back down to 11th. He came from nowhere there as Luca tries to challenge. Luca's still challenging very well considering he's on the hards. These mediums might still die off at the end. This is going to be a very interesting battle. We've got to look to the front though. Sin Icon, here we go then. fighting Taze Frozen. He chooses the outside line, and Sam watches this all unfold. Can they get into the corner cleanly? Will Taze have to lift? He does yield, and now Sin Icon has got his P2 back, and Taze has to drop down to third. Sam now on the back of him. Bratty Terror now in front of Luca. Good racing we're seeing throughout the field. Really good. Frosty all over the back of Noah. Will he try anything? Yes, he will. Loses the rear a bit when he's pulling out, and now has to go wide, and that might help Erosia, who's as he rejoins just in front of him. Erosia nearly spins him, nearly runs into the back of him. Now he goes wide himself to try and get a better exit, better momentum. Not use his ERS. He wants to save for the straight. Frosty's not going to get the full effect of the slipstream if he's not right behind Noah. Is he going to try ascend again? He's going to hit him, and he's going to try for the second time in a row. Right on the borderline cusp as they're going wheel to wheel now across the line. Now he gets in his slipstream. Now he uses his ERS and DRS to pull out round the outside. Now looking further front. Taze tries it. And now, oh, turning in nearly is Herosia. And now he has to go across the corner. Getting serious now. Nathan versus Bratty. Nathan has to cut the corner, gets himself a penalty, and Bratty's left out of shape for Luca to nearly snatch back the position. And now it's the train led by Sin Icon. But Taze not close enough. Noah! Frosty Life has gone into the wall, and he's lost his whole front wing. I was going to say Noah's close to Sam, but Frosty Life's race is over. No front wing. Down to P10. Might be P11 out of nowhere. TB Gamer versus his teammate. 5-car battle, 4 P8. 4-car battle, 4 P2 nearly. Here we go then, Bratty coming back at Nathan. No love lost between them two. It's getting a bit nip and tuck. The two Hasses as well as Frosty's got no wing in front of them. As Bratty Terror has got past Nathan. Down the inside goes. Oh! Frosty moves out the way. Whoa. Whoa. Oh no. Yeah, Tom's not going to like that. He had a shot at points. Considering he has no... I mean, he still might beat Luca if he gains enough time. Frosty will he stay out? There's only 3 laps to go. He pits. He might give up even. Maybe he can go for fastest lap. As here we go then. Noah around the outside of Sam. Sam borderline to a warning. And Noah, perfection from the Williams to get in front of Sam. I mean, he'll be under pressure now on the straight, but that was perfectly put from his Williams car there. And now he's actually gained enough to get into slipstream of Taze Frozen. Unfortunately, he has that penalty. It's going to hinder Sam. Herosia now gaining. Maybe a podium's on for the case. Smithy's kind of in no man's land, but at least he's getting points out of this. Okay, so Frosty pitted and then just left. He didn't retire. Oh well. Callum will get disqualified. Frosty won't get any points, but probably get disqualified. Nightmare for Mercedes. As for Haas, TB's got to gain a bit of time. I don't know. We'll talk about TB if he gets any points, if he even gets any points, that is. Yeah, we've got 3 laps to go. The gap has pretty much been replicated from Bram to Sin. It's like nothing ever happened, really. Taze started where? Oh! What's going on? Eh? Okay, nothing changed, but I saw something change. Anyway, Taze started 7th. To get a podium in his second race would be absolutely great. Even he can afford to let Noah overtake him. That is if he doesn't get a penalty. He just has to make sure Sam doesn't follow it up. Put it back on penalties. Right then, Sin holding on to P2 very nicely. He's overcome the obstacles of the safety car hindering him, and he's got back up into those positions from Sam and then Taze. And now we're seeing Noah under pressure. That's not a good exit for the Williams, and Sam now is capitalising on it, going wheel to wheel, and now has to stick behind as Noah's got really good straight line speed. As Sam's using everything he's got. Yellow in the back, that's Bratty Terror again. Sam can't get back. And Bratty Terror now has dropped to pretty much last. has made too many mistakes and might not even get any points now. That allows Haas, who were last and second last in this race, to both get points at the moment. Luke on the back of Nathan, and now Bram, the leader, has a penalty. He has a big enough gap, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, unless he makes a mistake. So he could afford that, I guess. Right then, we're heading on to the final lap. Horosia just not close enough to this battle to try anything. Sam is trying everything to get ahead of Noah. Slow in, fast out, and now he might get him. Noah's still going to have DRS to keep in front. You can see that red light flashing. His will be flashing too. Taze, this is his last chance. He's going to get the podium, but can he make it even better and get an extra 3 points? Horosia has done well to get it back into 6th. It will be 5th, just like Britain. Sam will be 4th, just like Britain. Got a yellow. Nathan. That might still give Bratty a point. It does, at the moment. Nathan's been spun on the final lap. Such frustration for him. And it looks like they're pretty separated, besides Noah and Sam. Here we go then. Last attempt for Sam. Can't quite get close enough. He's on 0%. And he has to stay behind for now. Nearly runs into the back. Horosia watching all this unfold. And can Taze do anything to help his teammate gain a few more points? Can Sam do anything to get in front of Noah? He doesn't really need to. But it's just in case Horosia tries anything. Because we know what happened between them last week. And Sam is still going to try it. Down the inside on Noah. Noah goes wide. Sam's going to keep his nose in. And will he keep... No, not quite. He has to back out. Noah hangs on to P4. He'll drop to P6 in the end. Taze Frozen will get his first podium in EXFL Tier 2 in only a second race. Sin Icon, very well done to him to keep hold of his P3 in the championship. May even move up to 2nd. But now all eyes focus. 4th win of the season. And it goes to Bramniet Lang, who wins the French Grand Prix. He extends his championship lead. And now, as we start the second half, his title charge may start to be more complete. Sin, P2, Taze Frozen on the podium, Sam P4, Horosia P5, just like Britain. Noah drops to 6, it'll be a disappointment for him. Smithy gets P7, great points for him. TB Gamer, as Haas do a formation across the line, gets P8, Bratty Terra P9, Luca 10th, and Nathan 11th. Don't know if TB will keep that 8th. He was AI for quite a bit of it, but we'll find out. Solid race. Sam, that needs to know. No. Change your pose. That is... No. Right then. It's been a while since Bram's won a race, but he's still been extending his lead, even during the races he hasn't won. And now, it just all looked in control. Champions drive. Right then, full points for Ferrari, well for Bram anyway, but 38 points, Red Bull 20, Alfa Romeo, wow, 25. From P16, Sam can't really complain with that. Yeah, Smithy getting a really good result for Alpine. Best of the rest nearly. Quickly go down. Yep, we had 4 DNFs and a few disconnects cars. Right, let's get them in the party. Bram usually can't accept my invites for some reason. They don't go through. I'll invite them all. I don't think I've ever talked to Taze either. Right, we have 2nd place in the party. Wait, no, not Sam. Jason, are you there?
Hello?
Have you included your audio?
Yep.
Cool beans, right. Sin Icon. Wow, what a race. P2. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was one of them ones. It was a weird one.
Yeah, you got a bit hindered by the safety car there to drop to 4th, but you regained those positions very well indeed.
Yeah, I was crying. Jesus Christ, Hayes.
You right there, Tees?
Yeah, I'm good.
If you can include your audio, I'll get to you just after I've interviewed Jason.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Nice to hear you as well. I haven't talked to you yet, but we'll get on to you because you've
Yeah.
done brilliant today. So Sin Icon, yes, you did very well in qualifying. Some very decent laps out there.
Yeah.
You qualified 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
So take us through that race. The start was really good up until turn 2.
Yeah, well, if you know one thing about me, Jaden, is for my starts, I always jump the couple at my starts. Looking back at Canada, looking back at all these tracks, I'm always good at stuff. But yeah, so race started, I was off and running, and then just pretty much cruising through the race. I was like, I kept trying to save my ERS to get, because I saw Taylor's pros and just keep coming up to me, and I'm like, shit. So I had to save the ERS and then on the straights use it, because you had, I think you had little wings in me, but and then throughout that, then the safety car came out, and it kind of stiffed me. It helped Bratty a bit, but it did stiff me. And I got my way back up, and then yeah, everyone was starting to lag a bit, and I was like, ah, here we go, and then brought it home for P2.
Yeah, there was a bit of lag at the restart where we saw Sam trying to overtake Taze for P2, but then he lagged behind and you got in front of him. On your screen, was it always you trying to overtake him?
Yeah, it was always me trying to overtake him, and then all of a sudden
must have been him then.
he just popped. And I was like, oh, okay.
So he has had connection issues all evening, so it was probably his end. So yeah, he did very well to regain that little bit of a loss and turned it still into P2. Bram got a penalty right at the end. Do you think if you still held on to your P2, you could have maybe just kept within 3 seconds?
Nah, I didn't have. I had good pace, but I didn't have Bram's pace that race. So I thought, okay, I might as well just try and hold off the people from behind and go for P1.
Last question. Any comments towards Bratty? He had quite a few spins in the same place.
Oh, Bray. It feels like every time I'm on this podium talking to you, Jaden, I always have to say something about Bray. He was alright. He just got unlucky. We had to change his setup literally last minute because he thought it wasn't doing well and he had quite high wings. So he put low wings on and it was a bit of his downfall. He didn't get used to the track and then yeah. Plus we didn't practice that much during front, so it is what it is.
Alright, yeah, it's really unfortunate for Bratty. I think now you take P2 in the Drivers' Championship now. But I could be wrong.
Possibly, yeah.
We'll just have to see. Anyway, moving on to our P3 finisher and EXFL Tier 2's newest podium sitter, Taze Frozen. Jay, how did that race go?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say a great qualifying. Did start P7. Was a good launch into turn 1. I think I got up to P4, maybe P5 or something. And just sat from there, and I think it was Dodo that had us on the second or third lap, up 3, and basically just stayed there till the safety car came out, and then a pit, and I actually jumped Icon there in the pit, so I got up to P2, but Bram was definitely for me to even try and challenge for the lead, but I mean, yeah, it's still a good P3, and I'll take that.
Makes a difference after 1 week retiring at Britain to podium at France. And you did what you said you were going to do. You got points for Alfa Romeo. Not only has Horosia not only got the points for the team now, you have as well. And it looks like a very nice challenge for P3 in the constructors then. I think that's all the questions for me. I'm trying to get the winner in here, but yes, there we go. Congratulations to both you and Jason as well, Jay, and hopefully you can continue this momentum into Hungary onwards. Anyway, Bram, are you there?
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
Can you include your audio?
Yes.
Okay then. Bramley Lang, win number 4 of the season, and it's been a while.
It's
Well done,
been
my friend.
quite a while.
Miami, I believe,
From-
was your last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From quite a bit of frustration in the last races to not having the results I would have hoped to, mostly because of myself. Finally back on that top step with a Grand Slam, a revenge from last season. It feels amazing. Let's go.
It does indeed. And you start the second half of the season absolutely perfectly. You extend your championship lead to over, I think, maybe 50 points now. You are in the zone, and I don't really think I've got any more questions because that was just a commanding champion's drive, really. So,
Thank you.
massive
Thank you, lads.
congratulations. That has been me, F1 Union. That has been the French Grand Prix. We will see you next time out at the Hungaroring in 7 days' time for round 13.
Oh no.